Bathing my dad. The tubes. There were fewer than usual, but only to make closing the door possible and eliminate the risk of cannulas funneling shower water into his lungs. I imagined drooping like punctured balloons, children's birthday balloons, the colors of his favorite team, of fun and a child's energy. He was 6 when the vaccine became available, 5 when he caught polio, I think. He never told me I could ask about his health, which I understood to mean boom. His lungs were faulty booby traps on a battlefield so wrought with despair. To choose to go there was just cruel. It was the opposite of the impetus to scream, I love you, I love me. Every time he asked how I was, and my silence was like extension cord tripping. There would be fewer cords and tubes without cannulas. But less margin for error too, less room for Clyde Klutz over here, one of his favorite ball player names. I'm my least clumsy at work caregiving, but my clients aren't this precarious, and not my father, who would be naked for the second time ever, whom I never even hugged right or showed my writing to after he found the first poem too crass. His semi-girlfriend post-divorce found another about his disability on YouTube, and he called to ask if it was true. I assumed he meant the line, he looks like a resuscitated corpse. He wanted to know if I really loved him, like a seal loves the sun. Not often enough, but awestruck when it boom. When he called, I was on a work trip with my main client who loves his dad easily as I hate myself, and whom I just bathed. Yeah. My sister asked if I could do it. He was having surgery the next day and smelled like he hadn't showered since the tracheostomy became so necessary. He not only admitted his health was a problem, but that he didn't think this procedure could solve it. If he lived, I might never hear his voice again. If I touched him, our skin might break into hives full of false memories we craved. Like his arm might hatch the wedding or grandkids I never provided. My consternating brows might burst into battalions of times when I believed he was proud of me with such religious blindness it could fight the regret that would lay siege constantly. If this was the last time, the first, I knew my existence was a net positive. Wow, that's heavy. Really, I just worried about distraction, dissociating, disastrous, unrelenting visions of silly, his lungs sucking me into abstractions of who we should have been to each other, my mind wandering to untethered traipsing through the atmosphere, flying cats, pollen, our lives as adjacent plants, or maybe him as the bee who pollinated. Mom, that sounds too scientifically confusing even for dissociation. Okay. I just wanted to get high. I brought weed gummies to try to sleep after he did. Otherwise, I'd lay on his couch, my thoughts wrought with parentheses. Like a poem about too much. Like a moment it makes more sense to fuck up than do your job. Treat my dad as client, not dying God.